At center, Onyeka Okongwu. At small forward, DeAndre Hunter. At the other forward position, John Collins. At shooting guard, DeJounte Murray. At the other guard position, Trae Young. The head coach of the visiting team is Nate McMillan. And now, the starting lineup for your New Orleans Pelicans. Starting at shooting guard, 6 feet 7 inches, number 5. Number 25, Trey Murphy III. At center, 6'11", number 17, Jonas Valanciunas. At guard, 6'3", number 3, CJ McCollum. At forward, 6'7", number 1, Zion Williamson.
Hello everyone, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, and thanks for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, improving NBA officiating has gone high-tech. Today, the NBA uses the proprietary game review system, which is broken down from double-digit camera angles. Analysts spend a day or two dissecting each game. And Kevin, that data is used for evaluating, training, and communication with the teams.
Isn't that something? I mean, every day there's something new. Fascinating, fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. On-court spots filled by Hunter and Collins. The guard pair, the talented Young and Murray. And it's Okongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Pelicans, McCollum and Jones are their guards. Up front, it's Williamson at the 4, and Valanciunas at the 5. And it's Murphy in at the small forward. In this offensive system, Brent, that the Hawks run, it allows for a lot of creativity.
Yeah, lots of dribble handoffs at the top of the key. You obviously have the, in case of emergency, break glass player in Trae Young. But they're not afraid to attack mismatches, and this is the type of offenses that I think a lot of players would enjoy playing in.
Now here's McCollum. Valanciunas with a screen on Young. Here's McCollum. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
McCollum undersized at his position, at least in terms of his strength. But he can play that way because he competes. That's a tough one there.
Young, no good. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Pass to Valanciunas. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Murray against Jones. Here's Okongwu. Here's Murray. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Young against McCollum.
2 minutes.
We played just over a minute here in the first. Shot clock at 5. And a miss there on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the way C.J. McCollum, Greg, can get a shot up while moving, that's a big part of his game, isn't it?
Yeah, very few players can shoot as well as McCollum on the run. Applies for his pull-up jumpers or when he's falling out of bounds. McCollum, one of the best in the league at it.
Now here's McCollum. After the miss from Trae Young. And the basket by McCollum.
A smart play. Signs of Zion Williamson picking up what it is that's going on out there and being efficient.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Shots good from Young.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Here's Williamson. Over Collins. Off the left rim and out. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Inside, it's stolen by Valanciunas. Jones looking for an opening. Pass to McCollum. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. 18 feet out. Collins grabs the miss.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And here's Young from the arc. And no good on the last second attempt this time. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Pelicans lead by 1. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Guys, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
So much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
Brent, how has size now affected the way the game is played?
Well, if I could just take a detour, Kevin, I would tell you it's skill that has affected the way the game has played. I mean, this has always been a tall man's game, and usually it's been dominated by the biggest guys, but that's not the case anymore. So you look at 6'4" to 6'7" guys who are skilled to shoot, pass, and dribble. That's what every team is looking for, and that's the way the modern NBA team, especially a championship caliber team, is made.
On the court for Atlanta, we've got Griffin. Okongwu is out there with Johnson. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 2 guard. Here's Alvarado. He's covered by Murray. And here's Daniels. Poke loose. Outside Griffin. Out to the right wing. Murray outside. Johnson sends the screen for Murray. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Murray's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, some people call John Collins John the Baptist for how he dunks over defenders. He says the game is slowing down for me. I'm able to see my spots. I want to continue to build on that and be looked at as a pillar, a guy that can be counted upon. Kevin, it seems he's hungry for more. Back to you.
He's a big-time dunker, that's for sure, looking to reach his full potential. David, thanks. Now, here's Okongwu. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Here's Alvarado. 4-point game. 3, Marshall. Rebound, Atlanta. 58 seconds left in the second quarter. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Bogdanovich focused on scoring on the inside, and when he gets close to the basket, it looked like he was hungry to get two.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the Pelicans miss again.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Alvarado, following the score by DeJounte Murray. Now Marshall. His last outing, 16 points for him. Johnson in the corner. From the arc. That shot off the mark. And so it's Atlanta holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Thanks for joining us. Through the first half, there is still some work to do for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Well, the best way that they can get back into this game is to show up their rebounding. They need to prevent second chance points and fight. I mean fight to get their own. If they can do that, this game's still within reach.
And looking ahead, here's what's to come later on tonight in the NBA. The Jazz will square off against the Rockets out in Houston. 8 p.m. Eastern, that one gets started.
I think this game is going to be closer than many people think.
The kind of game where the underdog often comes away with the win. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been quite a game for DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
And this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. Up front, it's Williamson at the 4 and Valanciunas at the 5. McCollum and Jones are their guards. And it's Murphy in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
It is amazing how good a three-point shooter Jonas Valanciunas has become.
Well, he didn't attempt a 3 in his first 5 years in the NBA, and now he's shooting a ton of them. So he's got great feel, great touch, and it's done a lot to round out his game.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And a big trade this last summer was Murray coming to the Hawks. Paid a hefty price, but Atlanta feels he and Trey make a great backcourt pair. Hard to think of a more deadly backcourt in the East.
First one falls for him.
And it's the growth of Murray as a distributor has really proved to be a great point guard. There were questions about that early in his career.
And so Murray nails both of them. And Greg, you can see it. Murray has really improved his passing.
Has a great sense of the court and spacing. Reads defense as well and can direct his teammates. Could see him being an elite passer in no time. And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Hunter kicks to Murray. Valanciunas against Collins. The pass to Young. From outside, off the mark.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. That's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Down low. Second chance shot. And Williamson with a nice bucket inside.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Last season, we know the Pelicans made that trade to bring in C.J. McCollum. He says, I think it's a match made in heaven. I'm happy to be here. The cool part is that I haven't had to make any real adjustments. The way I play is the right way. Kevin, back to you.
Well, and he's completely changing teams mid-season. Tough thing to do, but he is a veteran that can certainly handle it. Ball in his hands, good things usually happen. Hey, David, thank you for that story. Here's McCollum, following the basket by Trae Young, and the basket by McCollum.
CJ just so smooth and is a marksman from three.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Devontae Graham comes in for Jones. And the Hawks making a change here. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. They've led by as much as 10. Collins, a screen on Murphy. Bogdanovich with it. Now Valanciunas defending. And finished off by Collins.
And just getting more and more dangerous on the pick and roll situation. John Collins with a smart play there.
Pass to Valanciunas. There's the dish to McCollum. Rocket 6. Here's Graham. It's Murphy outside. Doesn't go for him. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. And that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team. 23 seconds left here in the third quarter. Pass to Bogdanovich. A three-pointer is right on target. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 12 now for the Hawks. McCollum against Young. McCollum with the ball. Valanciunas sets a screen for McCollum.
I like the defensive effort from Young there. He gave it all and was rewarded with the miss.
And so it's Atlanta enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so in the game for the Hawks, Hunter is out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Collins, and it's Young, and it's Holiday in at the 2-guard. Here's McCollum. Good on the baseline J.
That's a great read on the pick and roll by McCollum. The defender backing up leaves him no hope of affecting that shot.
Young against McCollum. A floater, and Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Now here's Valanciunas. Back to Jones, taken away by Holiday. Here's Young. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Hawks lead by 12. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on their turnovers. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
For the Hawks, Okongwu comes in for Hunter, and Griffin subbed in for Bogdanovich. Here's Okongwu. The kick out to Young. Softly drops in the floater. 8 points for Trae Young.
So tricky there with the floater, and a nice touch from Trae Young.
High arcing shot. McCollum no good. The Hawks leading by 14. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Holiday surveying the floor. He kicks it to Collins. It's Young on the wing. 4 on the clock. Yes, it is. Or that is a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Hawks.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for DeJounte Murray.
He was everywhere defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Forced shot is off. And here's Marshall to bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. It's a 14-point game. Kicks it to Daniels. Graham against Holiday. Graham with the bucket.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Here's Forrest. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you very much, guys. Trey, what does a win like this mean in terms of where this team is heading?
I think we're headed in the right direction. I'm super excited about the future here in Atlanta, the future in this team, and I mean, we're heading in the right direction.
Certainly looks like it, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.